Maryland women's basketball was just excellent last year. They won the Big Ten regular season title, won the tournament title, led the country in scoring, and were just so much fun to watch. And when I say fun, it's not just fun to watch them on the basketball court when they're wearing the uniforms and playing a game. Yeah, they're TikTok stars. Although, Chloe, this was your first one?
It was Katie's first one.
Katie's first one?
My first one.
Wink. There we go. And then Coach showing off she's the vet. Brenda's done TikTok before. There it is. I mean, we knew you were good at TikTok previously, but what I didn't know is you could have a jacket with that kind of inner lining.
Come on, it gets real.
Now.
It's media, Big Ten Media Day. I mean, got to show your Maryland Terrapin pride, so no question.
That's very, very good. So a lot to get to with you guys because there's so much here. Let me start with this. 26-3 last year. You bring basically everyone back. Brenda. This could be really special.
No question. I mean, last year was, and, to be able to now have your roster coming back and speaks volumes for our seniors to say yes to another year of eligibility. But yeah, I mean, to be in October, it feels like we're already in November with the experience. And, we're hungry. We're humbled from the way it ended last year. We've put a brutal schedule together to test this experience. We need to be battle tested by the time we come to March. So it's the toughest schedule we're ever going to face.
We talked there. You led the country in scoring. What did you do best offensively besides everything?
One, not get in the way of our players. This coach hopefully didn't. We play fast, right? But I think the biggest compliment to last year's team was, to have a positive assist to turnover ratio, number one in the country. Last season with the pace that we played at, to average that many points, to be able to understand how important ball security was, I thought separated them.
I got to tell you, from a play-by-play perspective, I was hoping so much to have Maryland on the schedule because it was like every possession, something exciting was going to happen. Chloe, what was it like to play in an offense that's scoring 90 a game?
I mean, fun. The one word that comes to mind is just fun and exciting. Every day, whether it's practice or it's a game, we're competing and we're getting buckets. So I can't explain it. I mean, it's fun. Yeah. That's it.
Speaking of getting buckets, Katie, you hit half your threes last year. You hit 50% of your threes. Were you cheating? I mean, really, let's get down to the bottom of this. Nobody hits half their threes.
Well, that changed last year. But honestly, I was just honored to play with such great teammates, with a great point guard in Ashley Owusu, with Chloe, and I could go down the line. And also for Coach Frese putting me in those positions. It just worked out really well.
I mean, when was the last time you had a game where you're like, I feel cold. I feel like I just don't have the shot today.
Well, as a shooter...
Look, Chloe's shaking her head. She's like, nope, doesn't happen.
She is the cheat code. She is the cheat code for the three-point line, without a doubt.
Well, honestly, I just have the mentality that you might miss 5, but the next 5 are going in. And just that self-belief has really helped me, through adversity.
Yeah. Explain to me how important Ashley Owusu is.
She's the engine that makes us go. Her versatility. Obviously a dynamic point guard that can score the basketball, but also just can make really easy plays, breaking down the defender to be able to make plays for her teammates. So she's a winner, strong. Not your typical point guard that you would see on the floor, but, really makes us go as a team.
You brought in so much talent to this team. Another first-team All-Big Ten player we haven't even got to is Diamond Miller. What do you want to see from her this season?
Diamond's a dynamic 3-level scorer. She can make plays. I think what I've been really impressed with so far, right now within our practices is she's starting to make plays for her teammates. And she's always had that scorer's mentality, but just understanding when she draws 2 defenders, draws 3 defenders, there's going to be a lot of teammates that are open. She's really starting to understand that next level of making championship plays.
You've been around a little while in this sport. When was the last time you felt a league you were in was as good and as deep as this current one this upcoming season?
Yeah, I mean, I would probably liken it back to 2006 when we won the national championship, when we had both North Carolina and Duke in the Final Four that we played against. I mean, that's where I liken our conference. You know, when you talk about 4 teams that made it to the Sweet 16, thought it should have been 5. You know, being able to have one in the Elite 8. You know, it's that experience is all coming back. You know, it's going to be, you know, just a relentless grind of a season, but one that, you know, we're really looking forward to be able to have such great competitive games.
Right, and it could have been 8 tournament teams if Ohio State was eligible last year.
No
so,
question.
I mean,
Great point. No question.
Really impressive. When you're playing against a Caitlin Clark or a Naz Hillman, I mean, there's so many stars in this league. Do you feel energized with it, or are you frustrated when you constantly see this talent on the other side?
Well, no question, there's a lot of talent in this league, and that's what you want. You want to battle against the best, you know, and as Coach said, each and every game it's going to be a relentless fight, you know, and that's what's going to prepare us most for March. And when March comes, we want to be as prepared as we can be.
Chloe, last one for you. You committed, if I'm not mistaken, without setting foot on campus?
Yeah, that's right.
That's kind of scary.
It is. It was.
What made you want to do it?
I mean, honestly, I had to do the whole recruiting process over Zoom,
Right.
crazy time differences, obviously being from Australia. But as soon as I got on the phone with Coach B and then the rest of the coaching staff, they had a great little video to show me what campus looked like. But really, it was just the way that we were able to, you know, talk about basketball and life and just, I mean, obviously her program speaks volumes and the success it's had. So that was without a doubt, you know, no brainer. I already knew what I was walking into there. But just them, the whole coaching staff, their personalities, who they are as people really just made me feel like, you know, Maryland was home.
Chloe, Katie, Brenda, thanks so much. Congratulations on being the reigning Big Ten champs. Have a great season this
Thank
winter.
you.
It's gonna
Thank
be
you
fun
so
to
much.
watch. Dave, over to you.
Mike, thanks a lot. The Maryland men coming off an NCAA tourney appearance. Quddus Wahab, Fats Russell coming over as transfers, along with Ian Martinez. You see Aaron Wiggins has moved on. But a team that has been a mainstay at the top of the Big Ten that really exceeded expectations last year in making the NCAA tournament for the 6th time in 7 years brings back quite a bit. And pleased to have Coach Mark Turgeon here.
I called
This whole Quddus Wahab thing really threw me off, Mark.
Yeah. I knew you were going to screw up. I didn't think it'd be my name.
You literally said to me, you're going to screw it up.
Hey, I just call him
And
Q.
then I screw up Mark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could call me
Quddus.
worse. Quddus.
I'm going to get this right.
Yeah.
Eric Ayala and Donta Scott here as well. I can get those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty simple.
All right. Good to have you, fellas.
Yes, sir.
Let's talk first about last year. And Mark, you and I talked before the year, and you just didn't really know what you had, right? And I think you were hoping that this would be a year where you guys could end up doing what you did.
Yeah.
But mid-season, it didn't really look like it was going to happen. So as you look back on kind of that journey, what do you take from it?
Well, that you never quit. We were 4-7 with Ohio State coming in, and all of a sudden we're 4-8 in the league, and it didn't look good. And the guys just battled and fought, and we figured out how to play. We went small with Dante at the 5. We doubled the post. We trapped everywhere we could. We sent 4 guys back on defense. We walked it up, played a whole different style, but we figured out how to win. And that's what's important. And if you'd have told me on February 5th that we were going to win an NCAA tournament game, I wouldn't have believed it. But these guys just kept battling, and it really helped us, I think, moving into this year, because we have some guys that had to play a lot of minutes that really grew up as players, and that can really help us be successful this season.
Eric, how gratifying was that to have people? There were a lot of people doubting you. There may have been some people sitting on this desk who didn't think you guys were going to end up winning an NCAA tournament game or making the tournament, for that matter. What did that mean to you?
It meant a lot. I think, our whole team and everybody just, played with that chip on our shoulder. I feel like, a lot of us, we come from smaller areas where we've been doubted before. So, playing in those environments, we was kind of used to it. And, I was excited just to come together as a group, from us and then the coaches. We all just fought at the end of the day.
Dante, how about for you? And Coach Turgeon was mentioning it. You played a little bit out of position. I know you're probably looking forward to getting more back to a natural spot this year, but it kind of seemed like it was indicative of what everyone on the team was doing, basically whatever it took to win.
Yeah, I'm always looking forward to just doing whatever coach needs me to do and just getting the job done. But just knowing that people was down on us just made us want to go even harder and just push each other twice as hard. So we just look forward to just proving people wrong and showing them that we was going to stay and stand and fight. So.
Let's spin it forward to this year, and you do bring in Quddus Wahab. So your front court changes dramatically. I mean, last year, this is one of the things that we talked about a lot. I did a number of your games, and it seemed like every time we were talking before the game, you kept saying, we're undersized. This is not by design. This just kind of happened. We're figuring out a way to play, but we know that to really compete at the top of this league, we need to be bigger. So tell me first, let's start with the front line and how it's different this year than it was last year and what it allows you to do.
Well, one, it was a bad year to be small because the league was so big and the centers were so good.
Yes.
And we still have a lot of really great centers in our league, but Q's going to be a great player. He's a natural center, wants to be a center, can really score down there. Physically, he can handle it. He can protect the rim. He can rebound. Then we have a freshman, Julian Reese, 6'10", really good player. More of a stretch five than a low post five right now, but he's a really good player. We all like him, knows how to play. He's got Baltimore toughness to him, so he's a good player. So it starts there, and then we have terrific guards. You know, Eric's sitting next to me, Fats Russell. Dante plays like a point guard, you know, a lot in practice for us, and we're putting him in ball screens this year. And we got a nice team. We're older, which is nice for me. We have unbelievable chemistry. We really like each other, and we have a tremendous culture of work right now with our program. So it's been a really good summer. It's been a really good fall, and that usually leads to a pretty good winter, so I'm looking forward to it.
Give us a sense for Fats Russell, because it did feel like, you know, point guard was kind of, you were cobbling it together a little bit last year. What does Fats bring you?
Yeah, so we want Eric to score, because Eric can really score the ball at all levels, and we want him to do that. Fats brings his speed, leadership, veteran leadership. He's been there, experience. I am taller than him, but he's a lot faster than I am, and he's terrific. His teams win a lot of the scrimmages. He gets guys shots, and then he impacts the game on the defensive end. He can get steals. For a little guy, he can cover a lot of ground. So I know Eric's fallen in love with him. They've become really good friends, and they're going to be great together in the backcourt.
How does that change things for you, Eric? Because we talked a lot last year about Coach really wanted you to be in positions where you could be off the ball, where you could score more, because it plays into what makes you so good. So how does this change things for you?
I love Fats. I grew up with Fats. We grew up playing with each other. You know, we're from the same area. And, you know, our chemistry, like Coach says, right, it's already there. You know, we've bonded and spent time off the court and stuff. So, you know, like I said, you know, I love Fats. And I've been enjoying playing with him. I'm looking forward to having a great year with him.
So what role did you play in convincing him that Maryland was the right place for him?
So we got a mutual friend, Tyrese Martin, who goes to UConn. And Tyrese played with me at AAU, and he played with Fats at Rhode Island. So I felt like we just had that vibe that, you know, if we both liked the Reese, I think we would both really get along and stuff like that. And mind you, we had already had a relationship before, you know, just playing against each other and playing in, like, all-star games and stuff like that with each other. And, you know, we was great friends. Like, we got similar personalities. So I think us being so cool off the court helps a lot on the court.
Not just Fats, Dante, but all of these new guys on the team. You've got a lot of new faces. How has that changed the dynamic of this group?
It's crazy because they all came in and immediately had chemistry with all of us. And it just makes us a deeper team and a better team because all these guys come in with different skill sets, and they are really good on the court and off the court. They are all good guys to be around, and they just really understand the game, and they're getting better every day.
Give us a scouting report on, well, let's start with Fats because we're talking a lot about him.
Fats, he's a very quick player. I knew him since I was in high school, freshman in high school. He's a very quick player. He's always been quick, smart on his feet, quick on his feet, and like Coach said, he covers a lot of ground. Quddus, I knew him in high school, and we've been friends in high school. I don't know why, he just scores everything around the rim. Like, he has a really nice touch, and he's a really key factor and a really great person to be around, big fella on the court, and just really good.
This league is so deep, and it's going to be the same thing this year. How does that grind that you guys made it through last year, and not only, hey, we got through it, but we succeeded in it. How does that help build confidence this year when you feel like your group is composed better, composed in the way that you would put a group together to compete in the Big Ten?
Yeah, we'll match up better night in and night out. Physically, it won't be as hard on us because we're a much deeper team. We haven't mentioned a lot of guys. Ian Martinez transferred from Utah, terrific player. Going to be a terrific.
What does he bring? Give us a scouting report.
He's a combo guard that can just do a lot of things. Very athletic, very fast. We're much faster. Akeem Hart, I saw him just make a three there. He's put on about 15 pounds of muscle. You know, Akeem was kind of forced to play out of position and play last year. He's a great player for us. We think we're 9 or 10 deep. And that's going to help you get through those tough stretches where you're playing every 3 days against great competition. So we're equipped to be successful this year.
Mark, how does the portal change things? I mean, I know it goes in both directions, and you've had, both ways. You've had guys leave who I think you were probably surprised somewhat when they left. You've been able to, through the years, make some great additions in the portal. How does it change kind of your role?
Yeah, it's definitely a big part of what we do now, and the year before wasn't good for us. That's why Donta was playing center,
right.
And this year it was good for us. We were able to get in and get 4 guys out of the portal that are really going to help us. But it's a year-by-year deal. I still think you need to recruit great high school players and make them better and get better every year and let them grow with your program. And then, in the spring, if you need to add a piece, you try to go out and add a piece. So I do think it helps the rich get richer, to be quite honest with you, with the portal, and it definitely helped our team this year.
I was going to say, there are many who would consider you among the rich. I mean, are you? Where do you see yourselves in that? I mean, it seems to me that you're a place that you've got a ton to sell. You're a place that's won national championships. It makes the NCAA tournament year in and year out. I mean, it feels like you got a lot to sell, right?
Yeah, we're definitely the rich, and hopefully, it's the difference in getting us, a great postseason run one of these years, get a little bit older. We've had a lot of really young teams since I've been the coach at Maryland, but hopefully we'll get a little bit older. But, yeah, we are the rich. And then there's a lot of kids from our area that don't want to stay home coming out of high school. They might want to come back someday. So we're in a good position with the portal.
Guys, what will it mean to be back in front of the crowds? Donta, I mean, you guys have a great home court advantage. We didn't really get to see that wall of students passing the flag up last year. What will it mean to have them back?
It really means everything. They give us energy, and they just make us even go twice as hard. Like, it's just amazing to see how much when the fans aren't there, like how much energy drops, and then when the fans are there, how much energy they bring to the table. So,
Eric?
I mean, for me, just having students on campus, being able to go to class and walk around and, being able to interact with the fans in that way has been fun for me this year so far. It makes me want to go to class even more just to be in person and stuff like that. So, I've been excited about that. And on the court, I mean, it speaks for itself. I think we got, one of the best arenas in college basketball, period. So I'm looking forward to going out there and competing.
Well, guys, thanks so much for your time. Really appreciate it. Mark Turgeon, great to see you, as always. Eric Ayala, Donta Scott. Thanks, fellas. Best of luck this year. Look forward to seeing the Terps back out on the court and seeing that student section.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Rocking and rolling, as I know you guys do, too. Thanks, fellas.
Yes, sir. Thank you.